All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. What it do, what it is, what's happening, what the business be, what up, though? What's happening? It's your guy, Nate Bennett, on another extraordinary episode of the Extraordinary Exchange podcast. Got my co-host Benz in the building, rocking the Hurley. I see you, bro. What's going on with you?
We back. I see you still rocking that Bulls hat. I told you last time, take that off. Y'all want to bounce from playoffs. Now we got to do episode. Then out the playoffs, still got the Bulls hat on, man. What's going on?
Hey man, all my teams is in struggle mode, man. My Cowboys, we improved through the draft, but that's a whole nother story, man. We'll talk about that offline. You got me all in the wrong headspace now. We supposed to be talking good business here, man. But this, like every other episode, is brought to you by the 12 Black men who have founded the Extraordinary Investment Group. Me and Ben's are two of those 12 Black men who are in the community, positively impacting things through education and smart financial strategies. You're going to get blessed with both of those on this episode here. We have a phenomenal individual, a gentleman. I was familiar with his industry, but wasn't familiar with him. We ran into each other. He pulled up to our Black Friday event a few years ago, and was just curious. I don't know how. I mean, maybe you can share with us how you stumbled across that event, Chris. But he is Mr. Sold Out Servant himself, CEO, creator of SOS Academy. He's in the life insurance industry. As an educator, as a salesperson, marketer. He's a family man. He's a father with another one on the way. Congratulations, brother, to that. Yeah, man, helping money grow and doing a lot of phenomenal things, not just here in the DMV area, but abroad as well. Please help welcome to the Extraordinary Exchange podcast, Mr. Chris Hart.
Nate, what's up, man? How you doing, Nate? Ben, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, man? Thank you for coming.
Excited to be here. Excited to be here for sure. Anytime I can talk with Black men like myself who are doing things for the community, building wealth, investment, pouring back into our community, man, I'm game for that all day.
Sure.
That's what we about, man. That's why we started this thing, man. But yeah, just give a brief synopsis. I gave a brief overview of what you do and who you are. But yeah, man, who are you? In your own words, and how did you get involved in what it is that you're doing right now that's positively impacting the world?
Absolutely. So I'm originally from California, so I'm living in the DMV now in Maryland. Born and raised in Cali, grew up in Compton. I was 14, moved to North Long Beach. If you know LA, Compton and Long Beach are like neighboring cities. So I moved like 4 blocks down the street, but it was a better neighborhood. It's like it's a little better 4 blocks in the other direction. So it was a come up for my family. I was 14. Played high school football. Was okay at it. Got a scholarship to Southern Mississippi. I played ball for there for a year. Came back home to California. Got homesick. Went to a JUCO, and eventually I was playing ball, man. But felt I wasn't in love with the sport, so I dropped out of it. Right, so I was just working a job. I got a job at a company called Circuit City. Old school, if you know Circuit City, you gotta be a certain age to know Circuit City to know new release Tuesdays. Go cop the new 50 Cent album, man, and it drops on a Tuesday. And no iTunes, no Spotify, man. Stay in line, get your CD, right? But I worked at that company, man. They went out of business. I think I want to say what 2008 it went out of business. And then from there, it's crazy, Nate. Went to go work at a company called Hollywood Video. Were there Hollywood videos on the East Coast? I don't think so. There was
a few up.
Yeah, Hollywood. Yep. Yeah, Hollywood and Blockbuster, man.
Yeah, Blockbuster, right? So I'm making bad choices, man, on where I'm working. I went to Hollywood Video to go work. They went out of business for the year. And eventually I was going from job to job, man. I landed that job at Apple Incorporated, man, and on the retail side of things. I was working there and then ended up becoming a business manager at Apple. I got promoted to business manager. My job was to help companies integrate Apple technology, software, hardware. I love Apple, man. Thought I was going to retire there. But long story short, man, I got introduced to the insurance industry at my church back in 2013. So I was working, my wife and I were involved in our church. We were volunteering. It was a mega church, one of those big churches that had 12,000 members. And so we had all types of departments and systems there. And so we were directors over our church ministry of kids. And we were over, I was watching some kids on Wednesday night, Bible study. And kids from like 6 to 24 months. And a buddy of mine said, hey, Chris was taught, we had some small talk. His name's Curtis. And he said he was doing insurance, working with a company called PHP. I asked him what it stood for. He said people helping people. I thought it was pretty corny. I'm like, people helping people, man. What do y'all do? He said, we help families make money, save money, and get out of debt. So being at the time, man, I was young. I was age 27. I just gotten married. I thought, okay, as a new husband, I should probably be responsible with money and finances. So why not let me hear you out? And so we met, blew me away. Like most of my mom and dad did the best they can by me. We never really had discussions about personal finance. It wasn't a topic in my high school or even my college, my home. So I didn't learn about money and finances really. So it made sense to me. I became a client. And you try to recruit me, Nate. I was like, bro, you trying to recruit me, man? I can't. I'm good. I work for Apple, bro. I work for Apple. We have $100 billion in the bank. We're doing great. Apple had $100 billion in the bank, not me, right? But my ego was tied to working for this big brand, this big company. Like I was a part of it. And companies do a good job of making you feel a part of the company, the vision, the crusade, what they're doing. But at the end of the day, it's like, man, I don't own Apple. I may own some stocks, but I own the company. And so I passed on the opportunity. I kept giving him referrals. And then one day, I just asked him, I said, man, what are you making off referrals? It was some crazy check he got for helping my family. I think my brother got a policy from me. He made like $7,000. So you made 7 bands helping my brother learn about money and finances and invest for his future. I said, okay, I'm in the wrong industry. And so I jumped in, Benz. Long story short, got started part-time within a year. I left my job at Apple, went full-time into the business. It wasn't always up from there, man. I got some ups and downs in my business, man. I've been in the game for 13 years, but I was in 2013 or 2015, I decided to walk away from a job and went full-time in the business, man. And fast forward today, man, we have offices across the country, but we're heavily saturated in the DMV area. So my organization, we're partners of a larger company called Integrity Marketing Group. Integrity is huge in the insurance space, man. They do health, wealth, insurance. They over 55 billion in revenue last year. And so we're an integrity partner office. And so we were able to leverage the technology, systems of integrity, credibility. Our chairman of our board is Steve Young, Hall of Fame quarterback. And so all that credibility allows us to get access to that in technology, but we're actually in the DMV area and we're reaching an unserved community, man. Gen Zs, millennials, Gen Xers, women. And the average agent in my game right now, Vince, is a 61-year-old white guy. And so you think about life insurance and financial services, you don't think women of color. You don't think Gen Zs, millennials. It's an older white male. And nothing wrong with that, but he's not talking to all of us. So a lot of us are kind of getting left behind because of the lack of representation. So we focus on representation in our community. People of color look like us who are helping us. And so I got an office in the PG County area here in Maryland. And we're just making an impact, man. Like Nate said before, we had first met. We do a lot of free workshops and free seminars on education because at the end of the day, the best client for someone in my industry is an educated client at the end of the day.
Quick side story. Myself, a couple of E.I.G members, Pitts, a couple of us, former Circuit City alumni.
No.
I remember one Tuesday we had the new Nelly came out, the Sweatsuit album. If you remember, the Sweatsuit was 2 separate CDs with the Sweat CD and the Suit CD. And we had to build these little big things out for each individual CD. People only bought the Sweat albums. We had sold all the Sweat, but all the Suit was still there. It was a big mess, man. I remember that. It was the worst.
Y'all work at Circuit City?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, that's crazy. I got memories.
Matter of fact, in Cockeysville. We were there when it closed up.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But what was it about 4 or 5 years in E.I.G?
Yeah. G worked there for a second. Pitts worked there for a second. I don't know. I think Sean's coming. I don't think Sean worked there. A lot of us worked there. It was good times. Good times.
Were you merchandise? Working in merch or computers?
Yep.
Merch. It's funny. I met my wife at Circuit City. She worked in merch. We've been married now 13 years.
Wow. Congrats. Last Ellsbury was married and I was working at Circuit City. That's a whole different story. Anyway, back to life insurance. So, you talked about it for a second about not having voices to speak to every community. I know life insurance is a hot topic in the Black community. We always talk about it. Oh, why y'all gotta have a GoFundMe when so and so passed away? We talk about it at the end. But in the middle of it, it's a conversation of I don't know where to go to access the proper information about what type of insurance is good for me and my family. I get conflicting reports. Is it full life, term? What do I do? So for the layman out there who just wants to know general information, where would they start on the insurance journey trying to get information about life insurance for their family?
Yeah, I will say, man, really, life insurance is sold through word of mouth, which is unfortunate. Because if I look at word of mouth in my community, in my circle, my mom, my dad, my cousin, my uncle, if none of them have life insurance or have a contact for insurance, I don't end up buying. No one Googles or calls Allstate and says, "Hey man, I saw that Chris Paul commercial, man. I want to buy some life insurance." That's not how it works. And so that's why we get left behind as a community. So it's normally somebody you know from a church, someone with a friend, referral. Obviously in today's age, Ben, you can go on TikTok, Instagram, and Google insurance, and a ton of guys pull up. The problem is now, is the agent now? What is he doing? Is it properly structured insurance policies? Because insurance is a high commission-based industry. And you can sell a policy in a way that hooks up the agent with commission, not the best thing for the client. Like you said, what's right? Whole life? Is it universal life? Is it term life? To keep it simple, really, both are good. Term is cheap, inexpensive. $25 for $500,000 coverage, $50, man. Covers your family if you pass away. It's insurance like car insurance. It covers it if you die, but it expires right in 30 years. As a Black community, we've been sold a lot of term. Man, get term is cheaper. Get term is cheaper. We get it. Boom, at age 68, 71, it expires. It's like, oh, shoot, I'm 71 now with no more insurance, and I got to apply for some more insurance in my 70s and 60s and late 50s, and guess what? It costs more now. I can't afford a $500,000 policy. And then, we don't always do our finances correctly. We don't pay our homes down. Sometimes we refinance our homes, do a HELOC for my home. And so now I'm in my 60s, man, with a mortgage of $400K. And if I pass, my wife can't afford that mortgage. So what do I need? Life insurance. But I don't got it. And do I have $500,000 investments in cash? Hopefully. If I don't, I need insurance. And so I always offer every client both. It's called a blend. I do term and permanent. I do a small, cheap permanent policy that's going to be enforced forever. A bigger death benefit for now in your 20s, 30s. Because in your 20s, 30s, 40s, if you pass away, you got 10-year-old kids, 2-year-old kids, 13-year-old kids. You need insurance for the family. Man, by the time the kids are 25, 30 out the house, they grown. You don't need insurance. If you pass away, unfortunately, they should be covered. But you need a permanent policy just in case. And so that lasts forever. So I do a blend of both. But like I was telling Nate, man, it's education. That's why we never sell on the first, second, third appointment, man. We sell on appointment 4 or 5. We do free workshops, man. Come out to our office and learn about money and finances. I always say, man, I can't say the right things to the wrong person. If it's a good fit for your family, great. I hate sales anxiety. I'm going to try and hard close you bins and say, hey, man, be a real man. Get some insurance. Don't do a GoFundMe or a car wash. I get the tactics there to push you to get a policy, but that ain't my style, man. I'm going to teach what it is and how it works and educate you. If it fits, it fits.
It sells itself.
Yeah, we're not in the sales business. We're in the sorting business, right? You sorting people, putting them in the right basket where they getting them where they fit in, for sure.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Like you said, because it sells itself at the end of the day, man. Who do you know that doesn't want to build wealth, preserve it, pay less taxes, protect their family assets, leave it behind a legacy? Most men want to do that. So out of 10, maybe 2 or 3 knuckleheads, immature, young, ain't worried about that. But most are like, man, I want those things for my family.
Most men want that. They're just going to say, I don't want to spend the money to do it. Or that's what it's going to be the funding of it. Most people, in theory, want that.
You got to put money in their pocket, not take it out their pocket. That's what's crazy about it. And so the insurance I do, a lot of my insurance is cash value insurance. So I'm talking about, hey, you got a permanent policy. It's a small death benefit, low cost of insurance, low fees, low commission for me. My insurance policies I sell, Benz, my commission is cut by 80%. You may say, what, 80% cut? But don't worry about me. Here's what I know. My commission is cut by 80%. I'm not trying to sell to you. I'm trying to sell through you. I want you, your mama, your cousin, your pastor, your friend, your best friend, your neighbor. So if I sell you a policy, Benz, and you got access to cash, year one, liquidity, that you can pull out, buy a property, invest in real estate. You're like, well, hold on, time out. I've been paying this policy for a year, 2 years. I got access to liquid cash. It's out competing my 401k. And I can put money out tax-free. And wait, when the money comes out, it comes from the death benefit. So my cash stays there growing uninterrupted through arbitrage. When people see that done the right way, anybody who's a real estate investor who's putting money in other funds is going, we call it using your money twice. Your money's sitting in the insurance policy, but you're borrowing from the death benefit. It's in 2 places at one time. But those policies aren't popular because, again, it cuts commission by 80%. And some short-sighted insurance guys want fast commission now, but don't think, man, long term, I got a name, a reputation. I'm building an agency, a book of business. And I've been in business for 13 years, never paid for a lead, never cold called somebody, never knocked on a door. Not that it's below me. It was, I just take care of people, and then referrals come my way.
Powerful right there. That is powerful right there. The insurance industry, similar to network marketing, who I have experience with, is one of those industries, like you said, that gets a bad reputation because they've been sold one of those bad policies because it was an agent that was trying to get a commission, or network marketing. They sell you this dream. All you got to do is get two, then we're gonna be balling out in Fiji by next week, right? And the expectation is set way too high, and then when that expectation isn't met within that time frame, people point to the industry as opposed to pointing to that individual that sold you those wolf tickets. So along those lines, what are some common misconceptions that your industry has or people have about life insurance that you can tamper out and clarify for people who might be listening to this right now?
Yeah, I think some of the most common misconceptions is that life insurance is for when I die. It's like, hey man, so like, let's keep it real. Some people are like, man, I get this policy, I can't enjoy it. It's going to my ex-wife, and she gonna find another man to enjoy the money with. I've heard that before. Or my knucklehead kids, I'm not leaving them nothing. My dad didn't leave me anything, which is a problem in itself. If dad left you nothing, you do the same for your kids. That's a generational curse. But at the end of the day, we have to convince people, because a lot of my clients don't want to buy an insurance policy for just the good benefits of leaving behind a legacy. Some of them do, but some of them don't. So you got a 25-year-old kid. Why would he buy insurance? He has no kids, no wife. He's like, I'm good. But insurance done the right way is one of the best wealth vehicles in the world. It's a policy. Think about it, for example, bank-owned life insurance. If you Google BOLI, B-O-L-I, what pops up is Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, Truist, PNC, Citigroup. They got billions with a B of cash in life insurance. Why do banks have so much cash in life insurance? They want liquidity, they want growth, they want safety, and they want tax breaks. And so if our money can have all those things working for itself, liquidity, growth, tax breaks, and protection, people will use it to build wealth now. And so there's two different, insurance has three features. One, a death benefit. Means you die today, you pass away, family's covered. All right, that's for legacy for where I'm going. What if I get sick? Cancer, heart attack, stroke, break a leg in a car accident because of long-term care, the newer policies in the last decade or so. So if I get sick, Nate, I can use my insurance policies to take care of myself while I'm living. And the last one is a cash value vehicle. When done correctly, imagine getting growth, Benz, tied to the NASDAQ and S&P. I know you guys are investors. So imagine I said, hey, Nate, Benz, I'm going to give you access to the NASDAQ and the S&P growth this year. I'm going to give you 80% of what the NASDAQ does in S&P. 80%. Why only 80%? Because if it goes down, you lose nothing. So wait, time out. If the NASDAQ and S&P go up, they always go up long term. I get 80% of what it does. Yep. If it crashes, I lose nothing. Yeah. How much money would you want in that fund? Not all your money, but probably some of it. And then that money is liquid and it grows tax-free like a Roth IRA. But the challenge is we got to get better at articulating to our community and educating them on how it works. And so when I do my free workshops, they're free workshops. But here's what I know. At the end of that workshop, they're like, wait, hold on, time out. If it's a policy out there that I can get that kind of access to, who's selling it? Fidelity, John Hancock, National Life Group, these Fortune 1000 companies been on since 1848. They're credible companies. The challenge at the end of the day is just that we aren't being told, we aren't being educated on. We know what we heard from our uncle or from our grandpa about insurance, or we saw some ads. We don't even know. We don't even know what's really out there. And so for me, the hardest part in my business is just getting someone to learn about it. Once they learn about it, like you said, Benz, it sells itself. And so those misconceptions are there. And then on the insurance side, Nate, you mentioned network marketing and people over promising the world. Man, insurance is a really tough game to get involved with. I'll be transparent. It's hard. But if you can crack it, they say 3 years. If you can do it for 3 years, I get paid a residual on every client ever served. So that residual starts to add up to a point to where, okay, cool, I'll sell you an insurance policy, and okay, boom, you paying $100 for your insurance for your family. I'm getting a residual on 4% of that every year. That's not a lot of money. But it starts to add up with 10, 15, 20, 80, 100 clients. And it gets to a point to where you have a book of business now. It's a young man's game. When I say young man's game, it's young man's energy. You can be 40, 50 doing insurance, but it's a young man's energy. But you do it for a decade, you're done. I mean, you walk away from it, and you're getting paid on it. And then from an agency perspective, it gets a bad rap of recruiting and building. I mean, if you're familiar with Keller Williams and real estate, Keller Williams, you have an agent broker. The broker recruits an agent. They train them in their Keller Williams office, takes on some of the liability. And when the agent sells a house, who gets to override? The broker. Because he's taking on the debt of certain things, the lease of the office. I do the same thing. I recruit an agent. They come on board. I teach them. I train them. I pour into them. They sell a policy. I get a bonus from the companies like National Like Advantage. They say, Chris, thank you for training Nate on selling insurance in his community because we need access to the Black community because we suck at it. Our average agent is an older white guy. And so that's really the game. It's just people understanding how it works. So those misconceptions will stay there if you don't seek out wisdom and knowledge.
Nate, I know you got a lot of familiarity with the multi-level marketing. Just a quick rule of thumb. It's about the product. So whenever you come into contact with a businessman, what kind of business they have, are they trying to sell their products? Or are they trying to sell you or recruit enough people to sell the products?
Yeah.
And if you notice, today, we talked about insurance. So those are the key things. Is you got to find people that believe in their product, believe in what they got, believe in their industry. How they sell it is a separate issue. And so I don't even like to bring up that unless it's that.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times people get caught up in, like I said, it's just narratives about certain things and don't really sit back and listen and do research and understand what's going on with stuff. And I know you said you don't try to necessarily sell the product.
Yeah.
But I guess how do you negotiate even the people who are skeptical?
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I said, it's too. Though both of those areas are areas people do have skepticism in.
Yeah, I agree. I do sell, and when I sell, the way I sell, I do conceptual sales. It's a concept. So I sell a conception. So I conceptually educate you on what it is. So I'll say, hey, there's 3 ways money grows. Money grows fixed, variable, and index. There's pros and cons to each way. You got fixed bank accounts, checking accounts, savings, CD, money market. What's the pro? It's safe. What's the downside? It's not growing much in the bank. You got variable accounts, stocks, ETFs, mutual funds, cryptocurrency. You got 401k, TSP. What's the bright side to that? It's growing, man. You can make a lot of money in the market. What's the downside to it? What goes up must come down. You can lose money there. Okay, it's pros and cons. And now I sell index. The index tied to an insurance policy is what? The plus is that it's safe, like a bank. Guys, so it's safe. 2, it grows tied to the market with no losses, between 0 and 9%, 0 and 10% on average. So I'm selling this concept. So what starts to happen in business that I'm selling. Trust me, I'm telling stories about people losing money in the market, what's happening in 401ks, these tariff wars with Trump, 401ks going down. If 401ks are going down right now, what's the solution? I protect 401ks for a living. So I can take your 401k, put it into an annuity, an insurance product, give you a guaranteed bonus of 10% year 1, a floor of 0, never lose money. And the market recovers and these tariff wars actually work against China, and we'll see if that happens. If they actually work and puts it off and the market goes up, my clients' accounts grow. And so I'm doing that. I'm like, man, so if you were to protect some money, how much would you want to protect? And so in a sense, I'm teaching a concept. I'm conceptually selling a concept. If you're like, man, I want to grow money, I want to protect it, I want access to it. Okay, you want those things? Then you should probably consider an IUL. If you're healthy, got a good bill of health, good driving record, no recent DUIs, you should probably apply for one. And it's like, Benz, I'm not even pressing on. Like, it's like, oh, okay. And then because insurance is different, Benz. We sell you a policy, you gotta make your payment 12 months in a row. If not, I get a negative charge back, return that commission. So ain't no just like slam them in the system. No. You always buy it from me. So I gotta sell it right. And guess what, man? I know I've been doing this for so long, man. My job is to under promise, over deliver, hope for the best, but plan for the worst. Chris, I want to save $1,000 a month. No. Benz, let's do $250 a month. No, I can do $1,000 a month. That sounds good. Let's start at $250 and work our way up. $1,000 is more commission for me, but $250 is like, man, let's get them in the books, get them going, teach them the game and how it works, and we'll go up slowly over time. And people respect that and appreciate that.
That I just learned something new right there. Just the 12 months consecutive payments because you missed it.
Yeah.
So it's you you got to play the long game. You got to nurture that relationship, right? It's not just hey, I got you, and now on to the next person where you just trying to snipe and look for the next prospect, which is probably like you said, you don't do leads, you don't do cold calls and all that because that's a numbers game. With these numbers, you want to drill deeper with the people that you do have, and then focus on those referrals. Getting moms, getting dad, getting your siblings, getting your cousins. So you talked about Apple, talked about Circuit City. Household names. You learned a lot from those positions. You in just getting to know you from doing research here and knowing the people that you're affiliated with. You focus on leadership and personal development. What are some things that you learned for some of those previous jobs that you were able to use in this position now? Because we talk a lot about that on our podcast, how people don't realize some of the previous positions that they've been in and how those are able to catapult them and benefit them in what their current passion is. So what are some of the things you learned from those previous positions and how they serve you well now?
Absolutely. I would say Circuit City, man. I learned sales really at Circuit City. Because I was selling back in the day. Y'all remember Circuit City? I was selling plasma TVs that cost $10,000. It's crazy to think about that. Back in the day, you going to buy a TV, you gotta get financing. You ain't got 10 grand in your savings account to buy a TV. You need a speaker system, another $4,000. People would come in and drop $10, $12, $14,000, $4,000 on TVs all day and finance them. And I learned to mirror my client. I remember I was like, cool. At the time, man, I'm from Compton, Long Beach area, so I talked a certain way. Had a certain not slang, but I would just talk freely about how I talk. Just and I moved to a city called Rancho Cucamonga, California, from Friday. So Rancho Cucamonga, right? And Rancho Cucamonga, it was predominantly white, some Hispanic, a little black, and so clients would come in there. I'm like, okay, let me mirror my client right now. Let me mirror her energy. Let me walk a little slower. Let me talk a little slower. She's maybe a little softer. Okay, cool. This guy's my age. Boom. I learned to find a common ground. And you play ball back. You played ball back in the day. I played football. Where at? Boom. What high school? Oh, A.B. Miller. Oh, my boy went there. Boom, boom, boom. So I would learn how to just ask questions and find common ground to connect with my customers, which came in handy in the insurance space. Because now I'm dealing with big ticket items. Circuit City was an hourly wage, $15 an hour for sales. I'm working in insurance now. I can make $10,000, $3,000, $1,000, $20,000 for one transaction with a client. So now I was like, okay, cool. How do I mirror my client? How do I match my client? So one thing I'll learn to be really good at is that I may have grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood, Hispanic community, but I can connect with anybody, white, black, Hispanic, Indian. They call it code switching, right? I guess I can code switch very well. Someone the other day said, man, yeah, on the phone, I can tell if you're white or black. You can tell if I was white or black? Yeah, I said I wasn't even sounding like I wasn't putting on my white voice on. I was just being normal. I said, cool. Okay, cool, good for you then, right? So at the end of the day, I learned that. I also learned leadership, leading from the front and setting an example. Y'all know Circuit City, so I was number one in home theater sales in the state of California for like 2 years straight. And so I would treat that like I played college football. So on the way to work, man, I would put my music on, man. I'm listening to the Carter 2. I'm coming in, man. I'm getting my mind right. I'm about to go in here, man. I'm gonna slang these TVs, man. I go in there, like, don't talk to me. I'm here for business. I'm number one. I'm very competitive. And so I learned that when you compete like that, people respect you. And so when I became a manager or a supervisor, like, okay, I'm a manager, but like, bro, don't get it twisted. I can go out there and teach you how to sell, but I can sell too. And I really learned this phase I learned later in life that when it comes to business, in my opinion, most business ownership and most sales guys, they go through a phase of salesperson, be a great salesperson. Like, learn how to sell. Like, if you want to go into sales, master sales, man. Learn how to talk to clients, know your product, master sales. From sales, you got to graduate to sales leader. Now you got a small team. If you want to scale, make more money. You're a sales leader, duplication, teach them how to sell, you patient, and from there to business owner, and then business owner to CEO. And so I made that jump in my career over time. And I really accounted to really working at Apple and these companies. And the Apple just taught me brand, man. Brand, like Apple, the brand, bro, the attention to detail, the culture at Apple. Apple was a come as you are culture. If you had tattoos, piercings in your ear, they loved it. It was a plus. You got tattoos? Oh, even better. Like, what? We have a company what wants you to have more tattoos, right? And so I realized at Apple that you could be yourself and be genuine and have authenticity and be authentic, and people would be okay with this. So even in my insurance game right now, y'all know I had locks when I first met y'all. I cut my locks off, but somebody told me you can't make money in locks and insurance. I said, huh? Yeah, man. At Allstate, they told me to cut my hair. They said, cut your hair at Allstate. Allstate, predominantly white. Boom, and saying you can't have locks and sell insurance. I said, bet. This is in 2019. I said, bet. I'm gonna grow locks out. So I was at a good amount of income back then, solid income. My income 4x when I had locks. I made money as I was growing my locks out because I was selling to my community, being authentic. And people like, man, people walk into our office. We have 40, 60 guests out, and half of them got locks too. They see me and it's like, okay, someone who looks like me is in this industry. It made a better connection. And so I think these companies taught me, man, many things that I use. And a lot of guys kind of down talk businesses and jobs. Like, oh, don't get a job, be an entrepreneur. Bro, hold on, time out, man. Jobs paid my bills for so long for my family. I appreciate Circuit City, Apple. They put food on the table for me at the times. I would never down talk a job or say, oh, you're a bum for working at a job. You should be an entrepreneur. First of all, everybody should not be an entrepreneur. It's a hustle, man. Like, everybody ain't cut out for it. And it's okay to be an employee. It's okay. Like, I tell my guys in my office, I say, hey, man, if you're working with me, keep your job, do this part-time, and then slowly segue into this here and let it slow. But do not go full-time in entrepreneurship, because you will get eaten alive if you don't have the work ethic or the hustle to do it. And so I like jobs because jobs give you structure, give you systems. And again, if you're smart while you're there, learn from them and then take it to the next level. I know people all the time who may work at a certain facility. I say, learn how to be a great guy under that person there. Learn from that company and take those systems, apply it to your own business one day.
Earlier, I was talking about narratives, and people don't take on real life personal experience and go with the narrative. Example, inflation, everything's going up. Prices so high, I can't believe it. I wish I want to go back to whatever year. You brought up a good one, TVs. The same TV in 2005 that'll cost you $10,000 cost you $500 today. Literally. $10,000 in 05 money today costs you $500 in 2025 money. Same TV.
Yeah.
So the narrative is everything's getting more expensive, inflation, because certain things are put certain ways, but a lot of things, gas. Yeah. Everybody got to buy gas. Gas is the same price it was 25 years ago.
Yeah, same price.
But we're making more money. So the narrative is everything costs so much more, so it's inflation. So I just have to say, a lot of times we buy into what we're told and don't observe and see what's really going on around you in real life. Not saying inflation is not real, but the narrative of it's ruining our lives in such a fast rate isn't necessarily the case if you just take a step back and look at certain things.
That's so good. You're right. Because technology is getting better and things are becoming cheaper and more efficient. I mean, you look at AI right now. AI is making things more efficient, so prices should drop a little bit if we're being more efficient.
AI makes it so you need to buy it, get that coder guy to do your coding website. So therefore, your prices overall have went down because you don't have to involve a third person. But hey, that's not what people want to believe. We go off belief a lot of times right here. So and I brought it up earlier. So another common thing is the belief in I'm too old. I'm too sick. I'm already past the age where I need to start getting insurance. Because I feel like a lot of times us people in our community, when they do become somewhat aware, they do it at a time when they got something going on. Mm-hmm. They're afraid there's some health issue going on. Feel like they're getting older. What do you think of that population about? Is there a point in time where it's too late to get insurance?
There actually is. I mean, it's for a small population. Anybody over the age of 86, it can. At that point in time, most companies will not insure you. I would say probably 95% of companies won't offer insurance post age 86. It just doesn't make any sense for them. It's all about mortality, right? It's like 86 years old, you're like closer to death than you are. It just is what it is. It won't cost money. It's not profitable because insurance companies are for-profit companies. So the deal is this: you're dealing with a for-profit company. So make a good deal with them. They want to make money off you. But it's got to work well for you too. So it's like, okay, cool. I'm healthy right now. I get it. I'm a pay into this policy. You're going to make money off my policy for the next 20, 30 years. But at some point in time, when I pass away in my 80s, 70s, I'm going to pass down $500,000 of my loved ones. So at the end of the day, it was a good investment. Deal, let's do it. But here's the thing. Yes, there's a certain time people, man, Ben's always wait to the last. Like people will come in and say, hey, my mom got cancer. Can she get some insurance? Bro, like that's like going to the car. That's like going to Allstate and saying, hey, I got into an accident last week. Can you cover me now? Nah, bro, you're supposed to have the Allstate coverage before you get into the accident. And so obviously that also, but also people don't understand insurance is not just health, man. It's driving record, DUIs. I had one of my buddies, man, wanted some insurance a couple years back. I'm like, I got you, bro. I'm gonna get you a policy. I'm writing the policy up. I didn't think the accident he had a DUI. So I'm in the application process. I said, hey man, any DUIs? No, right? I had no before I had any DUIs, you good, right? Nah, bro, I got a DUI last month. I'm like, for real? When? I was in I was drinking. Boom, close my laptop. What do you mean, bro? You can't get no insurance. Like, are you serious? I said, bro, this company is saying, hey, if you die tomorrow, I'm gonna give your family $1 million. $1 million. But you drinking and driving. You a risk to them. They're like, man, like I don't know if I cover this dude. He drinks and drives and got caught doing it. And so, like, always trying to encourage someone, man. I'm an insurance guy, so of course I'm biased. Get insurance, get permanent insurance. Nah, man, get something affordable in your life. $50, $25, $80, right? There's companies, Ben, that are they design policies just for older sick people. It's called final expense. For someone over age of 50 to 85, got high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, had cancer 4 years ago, they beat it. Had a heart attack 2 years ago, they beat it. Had a stroke 2 years ago, they beat it. Still living, not very healthy, maybe a little obese and overweight. They will cover your policy. The max is like $50K in coverage. But guess what? $50K covers a funeral, covers a casket, covers a reception. You ain't gonna pass down $1 million to your loved ones, but you in your 60s, 70s, and you're not doing too well. It's designed just for that. And guess what? It's the most popular selling insurance out there. 65% of leads generated from online for insurance come from that. Why? Who goes online and puts in their name and number saying I want life insurance? Somebody thinking about death. They're a little older. You don't see a 27-year-old go online, call me about some insurance. Here's my name and number. No. Someone in their 60s, 70s, and they thinking like, man, I'm 72, man. I don't got no coverage. I need something. If we call it low-hanging fruit, it's the easiest insurance to sell because it's like, we know what's going to happen. You're 72 years old. We know it's coming next 10, 15 years. And so it's an easy sell. Selling to a 30-year-old, you got to convince him. He's like, man, I'm going to live forever. I'm 30 years old. You will live for a good amount of time, but you could go in 10 years. Who knows? And so the easiest insurance is really someone who's older, who's sick, because why? They're thinking about what can possibly happen. When COVID hit, Benz, my business took off in COVID. Like, it was crazy. I mean, most businesses took off in COVID, right? They called it the pandemic, right? Or the pandemic, right? Everybody's getting money, getting bans, right? But it was easy, man. People are dying left and right. You watching CNN news, the death rate's going up. So I'm like, man, hey, Ben, you should probably get some insurance, man. Yeah, how much can I get? You ain't trying to die from COVID and not have some insurance. So people were buying like crazy because of the urgency behind it. And so our job as sales guys is to give them perspective on what's out there. But here's what I'll tell you. Most people buy life insurance because of living benefits. It's the next thing, because in order to convince a Gen Z or a millennial or even to get some insurance, they got to believe in the living benefit. Man, while I'm living, what do I get? And that's why a lot of my policies are structured towards living benefits, long-term care, cash value, wealth being built.
Now, those living benefits, how does withdrawing during your living benefit take away from your death benefit?
Good point. So it's called it's called an accelerated living benefit. So what it does is, Vince, you got a $500,000 coverage. Life happens to somebody, they get cancer. They good. They just fighting cancer. They're not working right now. And the wife is putting in extra work and he's at home fighting cancer. So guess what? You got a $500,000 coverage. You can accelerate up to 90% of that into cash. So you say, oh, wait, time out. I need some money now to pay my bills. I don't need all $450K. Let me pull out $100K to take care of my bills. So now your coverage goes from $500,000 to $400K. So if you die in 30 years, you're not getting $500,000. They getting $400K. But on that time of your life when you were living but just sick, You need that $100,000. So you use that $100K to pay your bills, your mortgage, your car note. It takes away stress from the loved one. And we think it's like a lot of people go through stress, man, for loved one getting cancer and fighting it and going through chemotherapy. And they think, okay, cool. No, it's because the loved one who got sick is not working. And then the husband or wife, guess what? They're picking the kids up, picking this load up. They can't work. And so it has a big impact on the thing financially when a health issue happens. And so when people realize 1 out of 3 Americans will experience a heart attack, stroke, or cancer before the age of 60, 1 out of 3 is crazy. We should have some protection for that. But again, here's what happens. Man, 1 in 10 African Americans have long-term care coverage. 1 in 10. Our counterparts, Caucasians, 6 in 10 have it. And so we say when we get sick and we get older, who will take care of us? Our kids will take care of us. And come on, like sometimes the kids don't want to have to take care of mom and dad. They got their own issues, man. The kids are going to college, things are happening. They got bills due. Now they got to take care of mom and dad. They're not balling out of control. It's a stress. Our white counterparts are like, man, we have long-term care coverage. Don't worry about that. Like if we get sick, we have $40,000 a month coming in. $20,000 a month. We have a living nurse living in our house, taking care of us. So the kids have to worry about that. So it's really just educating. Because most people don't say no to long-term care. Like, man, how much does it cost? It's free. It's all part of the new policy. So if you got a policy in the last 7 to 8 years, it should come free with long-term care coverage.
Yeah, I can attest to that as a pharmacy technician who used to work for a long-term care pharmacy. We would distribute medications to all these nursing homes. And then I became part of leadership teams. I would do site visits. You wouldn't see many Black people there, to be honest with you. Like it'd be everyone else getting taken care of. And just societally, previous generations were having more kids, right? So you could rely on those kids to kind of come together and do what they can. Like people only having 1, 2 kids nowadays, unless your last name is Hart and you're trying to get a starting 5 out here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like people got to make those necessary adjustments because your kids, very rarely do you see kids now coming to visit their folks in these retirement communities. They're building retirement communities so that because they know that their kids are not coming to say like all throughout the DMV now. Every time I look up, I'm like, oh man, they got a new community right here.
Oh wow,
you're living. It's not even for us. Like these places look like Shangri-La now.
Man, I seen something luxury. I seen one of them, man, luxury. I said, this is like a resort. It costs $10,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Who can afford $10K a month at that age unless you got long-term care coverage and it's covering the difference for you?
No.
Man, in Florida, they got a whole retirement cities in Florida, man. So it's work. Like it's a booming economy. The boomers are getting older. It's more and more of them, and like you say, we are not prepared for that. To your point, Bennett, those of us. And this is all anecdotal from my observation, but I feel like the more well-off segment of Black society are the ones having the least amount of kids.
Yep.
The more educated, the more degrees you waited, the longer you waited to put off your kids, those ones having 0, 1, 2 kids. You feel me? Whereas those people who are not that especially having the more kids, so it's actually reversed. And who really needs the more support is actually has the least support out there. From my observation.
Your last name is Hart. Just saying.
Hey, go forth and populate the world. He's doing the right thing, man. He's doing the right thing. But
I feel like, man, I'm a good person, man. I'm gonna raise good offspring, man. So if it's more of me in the world, that's a good thing, man.
No, that's what I'm saying. The wrong people are having the multiple kids.
Right.
If you got it, you can support it. You doing the right thing. If you pass on good information, hey, have 20 kids, man. Go right in. I'm with that.
I had 20 on them all that, but here you go. 20 crazy.
That's what they did back in the day. About 12 of them, and then bring in next guy. Next by the time the oldest one's old enough, they start having kids. You got a house full of 15 kids around. That's how it goes.
Oldest.
That's how it goes, man.
Multiply, baby. Be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah, man.
Real quick, Chris, you were talking about we talked about AI really quick. A lot of people look at the insurance industry as an older, outdated, older white male industry. For those of us around our age, even younger, who are getting into that industry, what ways are y'all using technology to kind of innovate and keep things fresh? Or is it like we don't need it? Like the business model's there.
Oh no.
Yeah,
So we need it. I mean,
you
I
know,
use AI daily in my routine. I mean, I'll sit with a client, Benz, and I'll be like, hey, just sat down with Jenny, cook up an email for her explaining 5 key benefits of an IUL and annuities, and make it come with a soft gesture and a soft touch to book back up for an appointment next Friday. Attach 3 brochures on a life insurance for Fidelity and Guarantee, and attach the long-term care rider document to it, please. Boom, looks good. Change that wording. Boom, send. And so like it's saving me so much time on emails. Like it's so easy. Like, and then it's learning. So it knows my business. So I'll say, hey, I'll say to ChatGPT, I'll say, hey man, I want a stat sheet for 25% growth year over year of our annuity sales and insurance sales for June, July, and August, and take each one of my brokers and break down it individually on a spreadsheet for me. It knows my broker's names. I put it in there. It's like, what the heck do I need an assistant for? Like, I have a assistant, but it's just man. My last man, I probably shouldn't say this on this podcast here. My last 15, 20 PowerPoints, I didn't make those. Yep. I said, hey, you know who I am, right? Yeah, Chris Hart, you want an insurance agency? Okay, cool. Using my tonality, the verbiage I use, create a PowerPoint breaking down the future of what's happening in insurance. I'm doing a conference in Dallas, Texas, in front of 2,000 licensed insurance agents, and it cooks it up. And then I have my actual assistant, Wanje, add some pictures to it, some color to it, make it personalized to who I am, some pictures of my family on there, and then boom, I got an email I got a PowerPoint for a keynote for 1 hour cooked up for me. So that's how I'm doing it personally, how I'm using it as an individual. But on a more corporate level, man, y'all remember life insurance back in the day was like, hey man, Nate, you apply for a policy, a nurse comes to your house, what do? They draw blood, pee in this cup, take your blood pressure. That was normal. Back in the day, they do a cotton swab and all that kind of stuff. Man, 99% of insurance policies require no health exam. No exam. It's AI generated. Boom. They go to the cloud and HIPAA. Boom. They release HIPAA notes. They see business last doctor's check from this doctor a year ago, 2 years ago, 4 years ago. The labs from that doctor's check, the blood work, the doctor's check. Boom. Within 24 hours, business you're approved for insurance. Everything's in the cloud. Everything's digital right now. So as long as you release the ability to do that in the application, you say, hey, I release my HIPAA information to National Life Group. You say, I'm okay with it. You sign off on that. They're going to find your information within 24 hours and have an approval for you. They're using AI and technology for it. So it's making it easier for me to attract Gen Zs because they don't want to wait 3, 4, or 5 weeks, book a nursing exam. They want to use their iPhone to do an app right now, Bids, all through an iPhone, do an application. Boom. You're approved, instantly approved. Here you go. Here's your insurance package. It's all digital. Download the app. You got insurance now. Easy to go. And so that's allowing us to attract a younger generation. So my ideal agent, believe it or not, is a 25-year-old to 30-year-old agent. Why? They're Gen Zs. They're hungry. They're coachable. They want to learn. And guess what? I'm going to teach them the game because I'm patient. And being by the time they're 30 years old in my agency, 5 years around me, learning, growing, developing, becoming a man, as growing, maturing, they're killing their insurance game by the time they're 30 years old. They're killing it. And they can connect with that growing demographic of Gen Zs who are coming out of high school, coming out of college, and coming into they're growing families, they're getting married, they're getting settled down, they're having kids. And so you walk into one of our workshops, you'll see probably 30-40% mix of Gen Zs, 30-40 of millennials, and 20% baby boomers and Gen Xers.
Someone in the medical field that knows the headache of going through that process right there. Dang, I didn't even know they were doing that. That's crazy.
I mean, unfortunately, like Vince, you mentioned it, jobs like underwriters, as an underwriter, I'm sure they jobs may be getting cut because they don't need somebody. Back in the day, or somebody would sit there and go through all your files and rate you as being suitable or not suitable for insurance. And now it's like, nah, AI can scan that file within seconds and say, yeah, they're a risk, not a risk, and they're approved. So, but for the client, like you said, but for the client, guess what? For the client, it's faster approval. For the agent, I can make more money faster, serve more clients. So it's more efficient.
Efficiency, that's the name of the game.
Yeah. Y'all, this is my home office here. I run probably half my appointments here from my home office from Zoom. So we don't do the in-person appointments. We do a couple of those, but a lot of our clients are cool with in-person with Zoom appointments. I was in Tahoe with my family last week. We're in Tahoe. I told my wife, I said, babe, I'm gonna run probably 3 or 4 appointments in the morning at 6 o'clock our time. I got clients in the East Coast at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I wake up, get my coffee, run some appointments. By 10 o'clock, I'm done working with my kids hanging out.
Time freedom, financial freedom. So things that we talk about, they hot button topics, but people really don't know how to create that, right? And you're educating people and giving them the tools so that they can do that. So not even just from an insurance standpoint, from a business standpoint, right? You're educating folks. You just talked about those Gen Zs, those millennials, and folks that you're taking up under your wing, educating them. For someone who's entrepreneurial, who wants to start on a journey to create their own SOS agency and do life insurance, what's a good starting point? Like give them kind of like a playbook on how to be successful in that area.
Yeah, it's really two paths in the insurance space from an agency perspective. One is a personal producer. They actually go out there and they buy leads. You can go out there and buy some leads. They drop $2,000, $3,000 a month on leads. These are warm leads of people who wanted life insurance. Like say Ben's went online and said, "Hey, I want a quote for a policy for $500,000." They'll sell that lead to somebody else. They'll buy it for $40, $50. And so those guys, they go on it, they buy leads, they sell insurance. You can make good money doing that if you're good at sales. If you're already good at sales, there's not a lot of hand holding, not a lot of management, and not a lot of people helping you, training you. It's like, hey, you good at sales, figure it out, read a book on this, man, go sell some insurance. But it's cool if you're cool with being independent on your laptop, selling for anywhere in the world, you can make some money doing that. The second part is more the part I subscribe to, the building part. You're saying, man, Chris, I want to build an agency where eventually I can walk away from the game and still be getting paid. So we take a network marketing model, that platform of like recruiting and building with a highly regulated professional license. If I got a DUI tomorrow, I'm done in insurance. Can't sell it. If I found a bankruptcy, I'm done. Can't sell insurance. If I got 3 complaints on my record in the state of Maryland, I'm done. Can't sell insurance. So it's highly regulated. Regulated. So I can't recruit. If you got a felony, you can't work with me. You're working with insurance, man, people's money and finances. So it's a little different from any network marketing company. But we take network marketing because it says, hey, man, insurance is sold how? Word of mouth, referrals, my cousin, my uncle, my aunt. The best form of word of mouth marketing is network marketing. So I recruit John. John comes on board. I give him the game. I teach him about life insurance, how to articulate it, how to sell it, IULs, infinite banking. He understands it. I teach him. I train him. I'm patient. In the beginning, I'm overworked and underpaid with him. Overworked, underpaid. One of my kids, my kids, man. He's 21 years old. He's a kid to me. His dad. He said, my dad said, man, Chris, you're taking advantage of me. He said, yeah, you getting me to come in here so you make money off me. I ain't gonna say it's down. I'm gonna say John. I said, John, you think I need you to make money? You 21. You a knucklehead. you bad at sales. I ain't making no money off you, bro. At least for 4 years. So I'm gonna pour into you, leave my time, my money, my resources, train you up. I said it's midnight at night. I got a wife and 3 kids. I'm at the office talking to you right now. I said, how old your dad? 41. Your dad's my age, man. I said, hey, your dad come to the office. I guarantee if your dad knew his son was working with me, and I'm teaching him money, business, values, principles, he would co-sign on it real quick. So have him come see who I am as a man, see my family, my kids, involved in my church. He'll probably like his son being around me. And so my motto is all about building leadership and people and pouring into them. But like I said, the Gen Z community right now, man, if someone's saying I want to build a business, man, you got to be patient, man. Are you patient? And do you really want to serve people? We say I'm a founder of SOS Financial Agency. SOS stands for sold out servant. I believe in business. Those who serve the most earn the most. I come from a background. My dad's a pastor. My mom's an evangelist. So we hit the streets as a kid. My mom had a bullhorn, preaching the gospel to drug addicts, gangbangers, prostitutes. Man, that's what we did as a kid. So I grew up in a family where we was all nonprofit, aunties nonprofit. My dad did time in prison in the 70s, got out in the 80s, became a man of Christ, became a pastor. So I always saw us giving. And we were broke. I'm like, man, okay, man, good people who love God are broke. I'm like, man, I'm trying to love God, but I want some money, man. Can I love God, have a little money? Can I do both? And so I grew up with this motor in me. I'm used to people serving and not getting paid. It was normal. So I was like, hold on, time out. I can serve in the insurance space and make a lot of money doing it. Oh, they done messed up now. Because I'll pour into a young Gen Z for a year or 2 years, mentor him, coach him as a young man about money, finances, dating the right woman, don't go around doing crazy stuff. And then eventually he'll buy into my philosophy around being a good man. And he knows the insurance game. He's selling insurance. And guess what? John Hancock can't do it. Can't attract a young black male in his 20s. They're like, man, Chris will pay you a lot of money on bonuses based off his performance. So if he performs, you'll pay me 10% on what he does for life. I'll bet. I'm gonna help him build. I'm gonna help him build $1 million agency. He builds $1 million agency. I'm making 10% off $1 million. I'm making 100K passive. How many doors is that in real estate? That's a lot of doors in real estate. This is one man's life being changed. So for me, it's just rinse, repeat, do it again. So we have a big vision, man, in the DMV area. I'm going to open up 6 offices in the next 18 months. And it's enough space for us all to do insurance. So if someone's working with another company, man, I'll mentor you, coach you, man. You can Manette me. There's an app called Manette where I will give you the game on insurance. You don't got to be a part of my agency, man. But at the end of the day, it's enough space for all of us to win here. In the DMV alone, it's a very dense population. So we're just putting a dent in the population around money and finances and education.
I like that.
Really quick, man. I want like, as you were talking right there, I've been there. So you're speaking to me, and I know there's a lot of people that could probably relate to this that are either from that network marketing space or the mentorship space where you're pouring so much into this individual right here. Talk kind of about your faith, what it takes to, because you're sure at home now, but there are times where you're in that space over there in Beltsville where you're pouring into there. You might not be able to be at home to put the kids to bed, or your wife, you got another child on the way. I believe your wife does this with you, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So y'all are kind of in lockstep, but there are some people who may not. They're in 2 different industries. So kind of speak to the level of faith that it takes to pour into people, and you have to wait for that gratification, maybe monetarily, or to see that person develop into the person that they want to be, because that's not easy.
Nah, it's not easy at all, man. It's not easy. It's man. I remember being out here in Maryland, 2018. I'm at one of my guys' house. I'm in the basement, living in the basement. Cause my family's living in California. So I'm out here in Maryland trying to pioneer a territory, open an office. They still in California. My son's turned 3, and it's his birthday. I'm in Maryland, and so man, just like transparency as a man, I'm on Instagram. I'm seeing my wife's friend post my son's birthday. I'm not there. And I get emotional, man. I start getting water, teary-eyed. I'm like, man, I'm questioning myself. Like, man, is this worth it? Should I be doing this right now, man? I'm over here in Maryland. They're in California, man. I'm trying to build this business, man. Is it all in vain? I'm pouring to people, man. But it just hit me. I said, man, I'm doing this for him, man. Like, at some point, he's gonna be 8 years old, 10 years old, 12, 13. I want to build something from him. And so it's having the faith that you're gonna do it. It's having the faith that, hey, people are looking for genuine people. And so I knew that I'm a genuine dude. I'm authentic, and the right people will come around me. I don't wear a mask, so I don't got to fake it. So I say people who wear masks, who are fake, operate. It's a lot of wasted energy. You always trying to be somebody different, not being yourself, and that wasted energy, it wears you out. So for me, I'm gonna be who I am. I'm genuine. I'm real. I'm Chris Hart. I am who I am, man. The way I talk, the way I walk. If you like it, you like it. But people will see that, and I knew, okay, if I'm genuine, I'm honest in business, long term, I'm gonna draw people to me. I knew that's just the law of compensation. And so I said, I'm gonna draw people to me. So I'm gonna keep doing it. And then obviously in this business, man, network marketing is normally, hey, you gotta recruit 1,000 people to make any money because it's low margin. I work in insurance. I can recruit nobody for a month, a year straight, and make 400K in income. Because it's a high profit margin product. So I can be patient with my guys, Nate, as it develops. Pour into them, be there for them, run contests. I'm buying some Gucci guy for you bets. Gucci, yeah, boom, boom, boom. Make money servicing my clients, high profit, put the money back into my business, pour into them, be patient with them, do trainings. We're going to Tennessee tomorrow. We rented out a cabin that seats 105 people in Smoky Mountains. Me and my brokers. So we got all our top guys. We got Matt Zapata coming out tomorrow to our team. Him and his wife Sheena. My boy Ellis Wazo out of Atlanta. So we paying for them, paying for the flight. I got them some gifts. They're coming out. They're pouring into my guys, teach them some sales skills, how to build a brand on social media. And all my guys will be there learning, training, developing. I'm pouring into them, but I'm making my money for my personal opinion. Now I'm at a point though where 80% of my income is passive from the team. Now I'm talking about when I was new. I knew that if I did that right, that income will grow and develop and be patient. Because people at the end of the day are going to drop, man. Like there's a book by what's his name, old coach of Alabama, Nick Saban. I forget what it's called, man. But he has a concept in there of investing time or spending time. So I tell my guys all the time, I say, man, right now I'm working with you. Am I investing time into you, or am I just spending time? I need to know. I get spending time. We hanging out. I'm spending money. I'm not investing money. I'm blowing cash right now. It's cool. Am I blowing hours? Or I'm investing time with you that I get a return on my investment back. So I'm very particular about who I'm working with. Like, man, am I investing time or am I spending time? I'm going to test you. If I'm just spending time with you, like, nah, man, you can come to the barbecue and spend time with me, bro. I'm not giving you one-on-one advice and mentorship behind closed doors for hours if I'm just wasting time. And so I've learned over time to identify who am I investing time into, who am I spending time with. If you're coachable, you're aligned, you respond to me, I buy you a book. I bought the book, bro. I bought the book for you. Didn't pay for it. Read this book and let me think about it. You don't read the book? Cool. I love you, man. We going boom, we good. Like I just know you're somebody I'm gonna spend time with and I invest time into. So if I want to read, I'm not gonna put a lot of time into you. You're not ready for that yet. And then the return on investment, man, I'm telling you, when you can invest into people, I can buy Bitcoin, liquidity pools, real estate. I own all that stuff. The best return on my time investment has been investing into people. Man, people, man, because they have the human spirit, ingenuity to fight for their family. If I got a man I'm working with, man, he's got a wife and kid, he go grind for his wife and kids. If he trusts me, we can lock in together. That's a much better investment than I'll get anywhere else. Yeah, so I think that I love network marketing's model. I'm not a big fan of all the companies, but to each his own. If you're getting money, helping people, man, go sell it, go do your thing. But I like the insurance space because it allows you to come into my space and say, hey, I don't want to recruit. You don't got to recruit. You can make. I know guys making $250,000 a year on my team, not recruiting. They're just selling because it's still a product, like you said, Ben. It's a product that people need. It's insurance, and they need it. And I don't got to recruit people to sell insurance. I get paid zero for recruiting somebody. Zero money for recruiting you. I got to train you, get you licensed, develop you, teach you the business, pour time into you. If you make a sale, then the companies pay me a bonus of 10% on what you sell. So it takes time, man. And so at the end of the day, people always think, oh, you might make money off me. Sometimes like, nah, bro, I'm not making no money off you in the beginning, bro. I gotta teach you, get you licensed, get you trained, bro. I'm more underpaid right now working with you, but hopefully in the future, I'm investing time. It'll be a return on my investment long term.
That's what's up. So, do you have anything coming up? Any of those events coming up, or how will somebody be able to find those events?
Yeah,
if they're interested.
Absolutely, man. I mean, I'm on Instagram. I'm pretty active on IG. My handle is Sold Out Servant. Sold Out Servant. Just SOLDOUTSERVANT. I'm also on Manek. Manek is a platform where you can connect with anybody. So it's a service. If you have questions, and Manek is more for someone who's serious. Like I have a question about business. I have a question about how do you juggle a wife and 3 kids and being a leader in your church and building a business. How do you balance fitness and exercise and staying in shape as a man, going into your 40s, like things like that? Or how do you build a business? How do you scale a business? How do you sell an insurance? But Neck is more so like it's a service where, hey, if you want to get an hour of my time, 15 minutes of my time, you Manek, you go on there, you can pay for answer a question, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty legit. Have y'all seen Manek yet?
No, spell that out because I've never heard that before.
Instead of connect, it's Manek. So MINNECT, like a minute. I need a minute of your time. So Nate, if you're on Manek and someone wants a minute of your time, if I DM you right now, if I DM somebody right now on Manek, I want to ask them a question. They ain't getting back to me. If they somebody of value, I just random DM. Hey man, I want to ask you a question, man. You might they're working, they're busy, they're businessmen. Right. Manek says, hey, I did Manek last week. Young man had a question about an insurance agency. I charged $75 for 15 minutes. Nothing crazy. So we hopped on a 15-minute call, $75. Boom, I answered his question, process it with them. We good. I respond back to a text message, $20. And so the platform from Annette creates the platform. It's owned by Patrick Bet-David, my former CEO of the firm. He owns the Annette. And so right now the Net brand is taking off because people are seeing that, hey man, if I DM a superstar on Instagram, they're not going to respond back to me. But if I really want LeBron James's time, I want to ask him a question. How much is LeBron James's time worth? He could put it on my net and say, hey man, you want to ask me a question? I'll answer it for $1,000. If you want to pay $1,000 for a text message to text LeBron, I'm not saying LeBron James is on my net, but I'm saying as an example.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That kind of goes back to what was that question that they had last year? Would you rather get $1,000 or get an hour of Jay-Z's time or LeBron's time or something like that?
Yeah.
They've literally monetized people's time.
Oh, 100%. If you want a question for a lawyer, instead of paying for a lawyer, they charge you a crazy rate per hour. You got one question for a lawyer, you can go on their neck, text and ask a lawyer a question, do a video call, an actual call, or a text message. He'll respond back to your message for $50. Instead of having to call a lawyer and pay them for, I don't know, whatever it is per minute they charge you, which is crazy.
So we got Manette, Instagram.
Oh
yeah, so let people know where they can find you and get all this amazing content, whether they want to sell life insurance, whether they want to get mentored by you, where they can get some of this free educational workshops. Like, this man got a lot going on.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like I said, we do free workshops, man. So if you're in the DMV area, we're located in Calverton, Maryland, off the Calverton exit in I-95. I host workshops there. We're in crazy demand. We're really busy. So we're hosting workshops Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, and Thursday nights at 7 p.m. We've opened up more nights because we were packed as an office. We were a nice sized office, but we're averaging 80 guests a night that are coming in to learn about money and finances. It's a very popular workshop because it's not one of those sales ones where you come in there and we try and sell you a hard close. It's like, hey man, come get some free game. If you like what you see, we'll book a second appointment and give you more information. But at the least bit, you'll learn something about it. And I get people walk in, we go over the 3 ways money grows, the 5 homes of money, from crypto to banks, to insurance, to TSPs, 401k. Some people are retiring right now from the military, government, and they're unsure about, hey, what am I doing with my retirement account? I have a TSP. How do I protect it from these tariff wars and certain things? So it's just free information. And then after you walk away from that, we just ask you questions, man, on what's important to you. Is it buying a new house, investing in real estate, taking care of aging parents, college for kids, long-term saving, retirement planning, and those concepts? And then we teach you how you can customize a product for yourself to take care of those things for you.
I love it. Man, you got anything else for Mr. Hart before we let him go? He got a flight he got to catch to go to Tennessee tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Well, hey, I just want to say I appreciate the knowledge. I appreciate the time. A lot of good information you're giving out tonight. Hopefully somebody's able to pick it up. But I appreciate you. Thank you very much for coming out tonight, man.
My pleasure. Happy being here with y'all.
Chris, appreciate you, brother. This was feel like a long time coming. I've been following you, been inspired by you. And just you being the servant leader that you are in not just the Black community, but in the network marketing community, in the sales community, in the life insurance community. Yeah, man, we appreciate you. So
my pleasure. Absolutely.
Again, thank you for taking the time. Again, me and Benz, we're 2 of 12 Black men, a part of the Extraordinary Investment Group, doing what we can in community to positively impact things through education and smart financial strategies. Y'all have been educated. Chris, welcome to the family. If there's anything you need of us, just please don't hesitate to ask, because yeah, man, it's collaboration over competition always. We competitive too. We compete, but we don't compete at life. So again, thank you so much. Appreciate y'all for rocking out with us. We'll see y'all on the next podcast episode. Until then, continue to be extraordinary. All right.